Right now at 10, Governor Tony Evers visited the area today, helping with flood prevention plans. And a resident of Goodview, Minnesota raises money for a friend who lost everything in a fire last week. Plus, a Holocaust survivor speaks about her experiences at Viterbo University tonight.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Governor Tony Evers signed a bill in Trempealeau this morning aiming to protect our communities from future flooding. Senate Bill 222 requires Wisconsin Emergency Management to create and administer a pre-disaster flood resilience grant program. The grants will go towards projects aimed at identifying and improving flood vulnerabilities. In the 2023-24 budget, Governor Evers included $2 million for the newly established grant program. He said the signing of this bill will provide security for flood-prone communities.
This bill is an important step at giving families and communities peace of mind and the tools they need to prevent flood damage in the future.
Flooding is one of the most damaging hazards in Wisconsin. The grant today is a step in helping the state compete in federal hazard mitigation funding. Governor Evers also announcing a new technical education grant that will provide nearly $500,000 in technical equipment to about 3,000 Wisconsin students. The $495,000 in funding comes from the Wisconsin Fast Forward program, which helps train students for careers involving robotics, welding, 3D printing, and drones. These grants will compensate school districts for purchasing and installing technical education equipment used for hands-on training to prepare students for in-demand skilled trades. Well, yesterday, voters headed to the polls to make their voices heard in some important local races, and there were some election night surprises, notably in the DeSoto area school board race. What was an uncontested race for a board seat resulted in an upset. Frank Ames, a write-in candidate, won the race by hundreds of votes, taking down incumbent Rick Pedretti, the only candidate on the ballot for the seat. The unexpected result comes after a tough year for the DeSoto School District. In February, the school board voted not to renew Stoddard Elementary principal Derek Fulsang's contract, which led to large protests in the community. Last night, DeSoto voters also rejected a $4.8 million referendum to maintain staff and programs. Well, we got our fair share of snowfall and wind today, and Greg, I am so glad that will be leaving for the most part. We do have a little bit of wind still tomorrow.
Yeah, the wind will die down, but it will be much less than we had today, where we had gusts 45 at the airport. 50 plus if you go in northeast Iowa, where the wind-prone areas are too. So that has decreased. We still have a little bit of snow showing radar, but it's really to the west of the Mississippi right now. You see Ridgeway over to Minnesota 44 there. They're having some light snow right now. Otherwise, La Crosse and eastward is not. It's kind of just one remaining band. So overnight, we're going to see pretty much a little bit of snow here and there, but I think most areas will be dry. We got a little another band coming through, maybe around 6 to 8. It shouldn't be much more than wet road conditions if that materialize. Otherwise, in Eau Claire, just really cloudy conditions overnight, maybe a couple flakes, but overall, the winds will continue to decrease. There's that band that kind of sits to the west, just over near Eau Claire, just to the south. That is really about it for snowfall. Not much as you go further east, and wind speeds continue to decrease, but still we're getting occasionally 20 to gust up to 30. And overnight, you see pretty much quiet. That band, once it does fall apart, we're going to see pretty cloudy skies until we get to the morning commute. We might see a little bit more snow materialize to the east of La Crosse. This would remain light and just wet roads. Now, coming up, we'll kind of break down the forecast that we have for Friday, Saturday, the rain Sunday, and especially on my right-hand shoulder there, the eclipse coming Monday, which will grab all the attention once we get through the weekend here.
It sure will. All right, thank you, Greg. A Goodview, Minnesota resident is starting a GoFundMe for a displaced victim of an apartment fire last Friday. Nate Scott lost everything he owned when the blaze tore through his home. Now he's trying to get back on his feet. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall has this story. Jeremy.
Well, Emily, Scott was one of 7 victims displaced during last Friday's apartment fire. He never thought coming home from work that day would only leave him with the clothes on his back. He says without renter's insurance, his situation is difficult and is in need of community support.
The images of last week's apartment fire in Goodview are still vivid to Nate Scott.
I still don't really know what to think. It just hasn't sunk in yet fully that everything's gone.
Scott lived in the apartment for 3 years. Everything changed when his landlord told him the devastating news.
Landlord called me and said the apartment's on fire. I rushed here, watched it for myself, and just went back to work. I don't know what else to do. I was just in shock. My mind was blank.
Scott is one of 7 people displaced from the fire. He never thought he would lose everything, including his cat. Not thinking he would need renter's insurance, Scott never bought it. Now he's asking for support. Recently, his friend Amanda Williams organized a GoFundMe.
I've known him for, a couple of years now. I know that it's such a tragic event of what happened, and it's great to see how far the GoFundMe has gone so far.
Since its launch, more than $4,400 has been raised. His goal is $10,000, but he's hoping to raise more.
If it really takes off, I'd love to be able to spread it with some of the other tenants too, whatever I don't use.
And if you're interested in helping Scott, we will have a link attached to this article on news8000.com. Emily?
A devastating loss for him. All right, thank you, Jeremy. A Holocaust survivor drew hundreds to Viterbo University tonight to share her experiences growing up during World War II. Ida Kurtz, now age 88, was only 3 years old when her family was forced to live in a ghetto after her home in Poland was invaded by Nazi Germany. She lost her mother and was estranged from her father after he left to fight in the Polish army. Ida released a book, Unveiled Memories, about being reunited with her twin decades after the Holocaust. Ida says she is hopeful recounting her experiences of anti-Semitism during World War II can change the oppression Jewish communities face today.
Right now, anti-Semitism is growing like a disease, and I'm trying my little input, so people will hear and spread the word to others.
Viterbo University has brought Holocaust survivors to our area to speak for several years now. The aftermath of an Israeli airstrike in Gaza unfolds, why some are calling the death of 7 charity workers deliberate targeting. When we come back.
Pilgrims está creciendo y queremos que formes parte de una empresa exitosa, estable y segura. Estamos ofreciendo salarios más altos y más incentivos de pago que nunca. Visítenos en cualquier día para someter una solicitud en nuestra oficina de contratación o el miércoles para una entrevista inmediata. Ayúdenos a alimentar al mundo mientras le proporcionamos un entorno de trabajo seguro, un empleo estable y esencial con un salario fijo. Visítenos en cualquier momento en 502 West Main Street, Arcadia, Wisconsin, o someta su solicitud hoy en pilgrims.com.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. It's All or Nothing Bonus Days. During the month of April, All or Nothing players have a 1 in 7 chance to receive a $2 bonus ticket for the next midday drawing. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Now at Menards, get an 11% rebate on all of your automotive needs. Valvoline High Mileage Motor Oil is a synthetic blend for vehicles with 75,000 miles or more. Pick up a 5-quart jug for $18.99 after rebate. Get superior engine protection with Valvoline Advanced Full Synthetic Motor Oil. It helps maintain fuel efficiency and provides advanced protection from wear, friction, heat, and deposits. Get a 5-quart jug for $22.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
An Israeli airstrike killed 7 humanitarian workers from the global food aid charity World Central Kitchen in Gaza. The group's founder, celebrity chef Jose Andres, issued a scathing rebuke of Israel's, quote, indiscriminate killing of civilians and urged officials to begin the long journey to peace. Andres accused the Israeli military of knowing of the aid group's movements in the region and said the attack on the convoy was deliberate. CBS's Holly Williams has more from Gaza.
So this was not just a bad luck situation where, we dropped the bomb in the wrong place.
The 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers killed by Israel's military in Gaza were targeted systematically car by car, according to the group's founder, the award-winning Spanish-American chef Jose Andres. Speaking on Israeli television, he broke down.
I've been in Gaza myself. I met, and some of the people that died were my friends, and I served with them.
The bodies of the 6 foreign team members were transported out of Gaza today. World Central Kitchen has identified one of them as Jacob Flickinger, a 33-year-old dual US-Canadian citizen. Israel's military has vowed to investigate what it called a, quote, grave mistake.
It was a mistake that followed a misidentification at night during a war in a very complex conditions.
That suggests the aid workers were mistaken for militants. But World Central Kitchen says it was coordinating its movements with the Israeli military. Andres says his team tried to call the military even as they came under fire, with team members moving from the first car after it was hit to the second, which was also hit, and then the third, leaving all 7 dead. All 3 cars appear to have been targeted with precision strikes. CBS News has geolocated the wreckage to positions several hundred yards apart. President Biden said yesterday he's outraged by the deaths of the aid workers, and US relations with Israel appear increasingly strained. But he didn't answer this question today from CBS News' Weijia Jiang.
Accountable for the World Central Kitchen strike, Mr. President.
Now, it's not just World Central Kitchen that's suspended its operations in Gaza. Another American nonprofit, ANERA, says it's also pausing its work there. And the United Nations says it's suspended movements at night in Gaza for at least 48 hours. What if your work schedule is secretly harming your health? A new study unveils the hidden risks of non-traditional work hours, with insights into the toll it takes on mental and physical well-being.
We got breezy conditions tomorrow, maybe some more sun coming Friday, sun Saturday, but then all attention turns to the eclipse that'll be going around the area come Monday. I'll track down what it looks like for cloud cover as well as what Sunday looks like. All that coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
I worked as a truck driver for 36 years.
And then one day I got this letter.
Your retirement will be cut.
Will be cut in half.
You don't forget something like that.
Every paycheck we put money away. But because of Wall Street greed, boom, it was gone.
But Tammy Baldwin saw what they were doing and wrote a bill to save our retirement.
Then she fought like hell to pass it.
What Tammy Baldwin did for our families, you don't forget something like that.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Sometimes in louder situations, it's tough to hear what others are saying.
We just thought, why not get a baseline so that we know where we're at?
I think the staff is very friendly.
They live here in our community. They care about the people that live here. They want to help people hear better. I feel like we're in the business of keeping people's eyes healthy, but I feel like keeping your ears healthy is also very important, and all of our senses are important.
Better Hearing Center on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
Whether you're looking for a lake home, a second home, or your first home, let Town & Country Housing introduce you to quality living in our factory-built homes. Town & Country Housing has homes that will meet your style and budget. Tour our model homes and see how spacious and grand living can be. Our homes are built with energy efficiency in mind. You pick your dream home and we take care of the rest. Your dream home is waiting. Start living your best life. Join us this weekend for our open house. Town & Country Housing, Chippewa Falls.
Spring has sprung, the grass has riz. I wonder where the furniture is. At King Furniture, of course.
During our spring clearance event, save an additional 10% off our already low prices. Plus, take advantage of 0% free financing, recliners, sofas, sectionals, dining rooms, and more. With our huge selection of in-stock furniture, low price guarantee, and free delivery, why shop anywhere else?
It's the King Furniture Spring Clearance Sale.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and one Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Your crazy work schedule could affect your health later in life. A new study suggests working shift hours outside of a normal 9-to-5 schedule could lead to poor sleep, fatigue, and depression down the line. Researchers used data from more than 7,000 people in the U.S. using a basis of a standard work schedule from a start time of 6 a.m. or later and ending by 6 p.m. The study found that people who took on a more volatile schedule outside those hours in their 20s, 30s, and 40s showed the poorest health by age 50. Let's see if this crazy weather will be affecting our health down the line. Let's send it over to Greg to see if we have some sunshine in our future.
Yeah, the sunshine is going to be coming back. It'll probably be more effective. We're going to Friday and a Saturday. Still tomorrow we have breezy conditions, a few showers, sprinkles or flurries, not a lot. And then as we go in through Friday, that's when more sun, and especially Saturday too. And the temperatures will get back to where they should be, which is about in the low to mid 50s for most locations this time of year. Overnight, really as you wake up, we're going to see kind of a lull in the precipitations. That one band that's kind of west will begin to fall apart. And then we'll watch another one rotate through. So we may pick up a little bit more snow, as we go through about 6 to 7 a.m. kind of around the east areas as it dives south. Would just be light snow and temperatures still above freezing, so wet road conditions would be what you'd expect with that. Otherwise, tomorrow it's just a little bit of hit and miss showers, sprinkles, depending on location, timing, and temperature. We'll see temperatures get back up into the mid 40s for some locations, lower 40s to north. That north wind will continue but not be as strong, and we might even see some peaks of the sun go into the afternoon, especially northwest of Eau Claire by 7 or 8. We'll start seeing the clouds begin to break up, and for the rest of the areas later on Thursday evening, we should start seeing more partly cloudy skies. That'll go into your Friday. Wind generally going to be in that 15 to 20 overnight, although there could be occasional gusts to 30. And as we go through tomorrow, really in the afternoon, we might see another gust above 20, but most of the areas will see that 15 to 20 mile per hour range in the afternoon. And then tomorrow evening, we should go back to down to about 10 to 15 as the winds begin to turn. So breezy, but nothing like we saw that today. And speaking of Friday, we'll still have that north wind, maybe some more clouds in the afternoon build up, but it should be a better day at the end of the week with everyone getting back into the 50s. And you see out to the west for Saturday, really generally clear skies. We got at least another 24 hours the weekend until we start seeing that system out to the west begin to lift to the area. That's the one that we're keeping an eye on. That'll provide the opportunity for going into Sunday as it lifts this front up through the area by late Sunday night, Saturday into Sunday morning, spreading some precipitation, rain across the area, and it will lift across the area. We'll have to keep an eye. There's some indications we might see a little mix, but given in the daytime, shouldn't amount to any really issues with it. They'll lift north. The low will kind of sit out to the west, and then as we go into Monday, which we got the eclipse going on, it's going to be rotating these waves around, and we're just going to wait and see the timing of these, whether they kind of miss us or we have more cloud cover in between to see if we're going to see some cloud cover. But that's what, as we go into Monday afternoon, it does tend to lift it further north. So I think rain-wise, we may be out of the woods for the eclipse. It's going to be a matter of how much cloud cover we got behind this as we get up there, and we'll time that out as we get closer to the event. But for tonight, cloud cover, windy conditions, a little bit decrease in the winds, a few flakes of snow. I think towards the morning commute we might see a little uptick in that. But for tomorrow we're looking at temperatures low to mid 40s, generally lighter winds, still a flurry or sprinkle, but overall drier conditions. And then Friday we're looking even dry, about seasonable, low to mid 50s. Clear skies on Saturday. The rain starts coming back in for Sunday into Sunday night. And then we'll keep an eye on what goes on Monday afternoon, especially given that's when the eclipse will be about at 80% over our area. See if we got cloud cover that'll kind of linger around, and then maybe 60s towards the end of next week.
I love the sound of sweet 60s ahead.
We haven't seen them for a while.
No.
So.
Me one. Okay, coming up in sports, the Bucks were back at home tonight looking for a win over Memphis. Plus, the Brewers were looking to begin the season with their 5th straight win. Rob's got all that action next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
At Ashley Spring Semi-Annual Sale, you can spring into savings with Hot Buys $7.99 and under. Plus, shop our Spring Sofa Sale with 0% interest until April 2029 on in-store purchases. Hurry in and meet the all-new Ashley today.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're ready to work in the yard, tackle a project, or enjoy family time, we get you the right products at the right prices. Right now, Rewards members get a free $10 gift card with $100 spent on estate lawn fertilizer, like Estate Crabgrass Preventer, $32.99. 20% off select Fiskars garden and hand tools, and 35-pound bags of Blaine's Golden Harvest bird food, just $12.99. We get you outdoors because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right all year round. Right now, bring home select VX and L Series tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months. Contact your Kubota dealer for details.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
Meet the all-new Ashley. Discover new styles in remodeled stores, offering everything you need to create inspired spaces. From our store to your door. The new Ashley. It's the love of home.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
The Brewers gave their home fans a lot to cheer about on Tuesday as Milwaukee hung on for a 3-2 win in its home opener. And for just the 4th time in franchise history, the Brewers have won their first 4 games of the season. Crew is looking to make it 5 straight today. Brewers looking for the 2-game sweep over Minnesota. Rhys Hoskins exits stage left. This is why they signed him. Hoskins gets all of it. Solo shot puts the Crew up 2. Twins would slice that in half, but in the 5th, Milwaukee gets it right back. The rookie's been red hot, and it continues today. Jackson Chourio, first big league homer. It's 3-1, but here come the Twins in the 7th. Tying run on second, Carlos Correa comes up clutch. Byron Buxton stops at third, but changes his mind. RBI single for Correa, ties it at 3, and Minnesota keeps it going. Later in the 7th, 2 on from Ryan Jeffers. He was 0 for 13 coming into this one. Not anymore. Jeffers blows it open with a 3-run blast. Brewers suffer their first loss of the season. Twins get the win 7-3. Bucks back at home tonight looking to open up their 5-game homestand with the win over Memphis. No Dame in this one, but in the 2nd, Milwaukee up 1 until Bobby Portis knocks down the corner 3. Milwaukee goes up 4, and it's time to dance. But the Grizzlies spoiling the party. Other end off the miss, it's Brandon Clark down low for the score. Memphis up 4 at the break. Second half now, Giannis trying to keep his squad in this one. The big man with some big man moves. Giannis throws it down. Then later in the 3rd, Bucks up 3 at this point. Giannis all the way to the cup for 2. It's a 5-point lead, but the Grizzlies get the last laugh in this one. Jaren Jackson seals it in the corner. Grizzlies go up by 10. Bucks drop another, 111-101. T-Wolves back in action, looking to take down Toronto. This one all Wolves from the opening tip. Anthony Edwards knocks down the corner 3. Wolves go up 5. And then Naz Reid picking up where he left off last night. Deep 3 goes down. Minnesota up 8. And Reid was just getting started midway through the 2nd. It's Reid again. You bet. 6 threes on the night. 23 points for Reid. Wolves up 10. And the home team blowing it open in the 2nd half. Edwards knocks down another triple. And then it's Ant going to work in the corner. Baseline jumper is pure. A game-high 28 points on the night for Edwards. T-Wolves up 21, and the lead keeps growing. Time running out in the 3rd. Monte Morris Pete's the buzzer with a triple of his own. 23s on the night for Minnesota. T-Wolves all over Toronto, 133-85. Semifinals of the women's NIT tonight. Minnesota taking on Troy. Gophers up 9 in the third. Until this shot drops in, Trojans would cut it to 3. But in the fourth, Amaya Battle, pretty footwork in the paint. That's going to rattle home. Minnesota goes up by 5. Then with less than a minute to play, Gophers clinging to a 1-point lead. But Grace Rukolski splashes home the triple. Biggest shot of the night. Gophers go up 4. And Minnesota is heading to the NIT championship game. The Gophers hang on for the win, 74-69. They're heading home to play for an NIT title this Saturday against St. Louis at 2 p.m. in Minneapolis. Well, it's been a struggle for our spring athletes so far this season, but if the schedule holds up, it's going to be a busy night on the pitch tomorrow. West Salem will travel to Toma to take on the Timberwolves. Sparta will be at home hosting Aquinas. Central heads to Arcadia to clash with the Raiders, and Holman was originally scheduled to be at home tomorrow. Instead, the Vikings will travel to Logan to take on Logan Luther. On the college diamond, the UWL baseball team was supposed to be in action this afternoon against Gustavus Adolphus. Instead, the Eagles will play 2 tomorrow against the Gusties in St. Peter, Minnesota. First game gets underway at 1 p.m. Lacrosse off to a hot start so far this season. Eagles are 11-4. They've won 6 of their last 7. Most recently taken 3 out of 4 over WIAC rival UW Platteville. So hopefully we can get some games in. It's been a slow start to the season. Weather's been tough.
Right.
But I want to see these high school athletes back in action.
I know. I'm excited. And I completely forgot that UWL baseball was an avenue for us. I just thought our only way to watch baseball here was the Log Bears.
No, and they're good too. And they play right there. Same field. They play
Oh, okay. That's where they play. I was just about to ask that. All right. We're good to go. Okay. We'll be right back after this.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on April 13th and 14th. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
With tax return season upon us, shop and order now. Drive in and shop Wisconsin's best furniture store. Choose from our huge selection of sofas, sectionals, and recliners. Get one for Mama or Papa Bear. Awesome discounts on power reclining furniture with adjustable headrest, zero gravity, or lift. If your bed is getting tired, try out our hybrid, all foam, and double-sided mattresses with adjustable bases and frames available. Choose from our new and closeout dressers, chests, and nightstands to match. Celebrating 30 years of community and business. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Jolivet Family Farms, known for farm fresh fruit and vegetables, but featuring so much more. Come see all that we have. Homemade bakery, large selection of locally produced honey, gourmet popcorn, craft beer, wine, and cheese, meat and seafood, arts and crafts, and so much more. There is no substitute for homegrown freshness. Open daily year-round. Jolivet Family Farms, West Salem.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time triple pet pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Giant pepperoni, classic pepperoni, and mini cup pepperoni? Now that is an expression.
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza, so you can make the pizza great.
In my oven.
Order the triple pet pizza for just $12.99 today.
Get ready for the Spring Gift and Craft Show at the Onalaska Omni Center. Shop more than 100 of the best gift and craft vendors on April 13th and 14th. Entry is free, but we are accepting non-perishable food donations. Don't miss the Spring Gift and Craft Show.
Well, we are less than a week away from the total solar eclipse, and millions are expected to flock to the metro to see it. But what about those that are blind or visually impaired? Yes, they get to experience it too. Kennedy Walker joins us to share the technology that will allow everyone to experience history.
The total solar eclipse will have millions looking towards the sky. Unless you can't.
I've always been very interested in space and just all of the planets.
But Alexa Owens and her co-workers at the Lighthouse for the Blind in Fort Worth will still be able to witness the rare event, just in a different way. By hearing it.
It actually changes pitch so that you can be able to experience the actual eclipse all through the sound versus actually seeing what's going on.
It's through a Lighthouse sound device. It translates changing light in the sky into different musical notes. When the sun is bright, there will be high flute tones. As the sunlight starts to fade, you can hear clarinet sounds. And when the moon completely conceals the sun, creating the total solar eclipse, there will be a low clicking sound, allowing Alexa and others who can't see to experience the eclipse through audio.
I think it's very important to adapt anything for visually impaired or blind people because we can do anything just like everyone else. It's just some accommodations need to be done.
But the accommodations don't stop there. The blind will also get to feel the eclipse by touching it.
We will actually have printouts in its entirety showing the moon going into position through Braille interpretation as well as tactile.
A way for everyone to get to experience this once-in-a-lifetime event, no matter your differences.
I feel very good about it.
Anyone who is blind can receive those accommodations right here at the Fort Worth Botanic Gardens, but anyone is able to come to the Botanic Gardens Solar Eclipse Experience. You just have to buy a ticket online or in person. In Fort Worth, Kennedy Walker, CBS News, Texas.
I think I would like to experience it by sound as well. How neat. Greg will have one final look at your forecast when we come back.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
No matter your level of comfort with technology, our secure website allows for worry-free transactions. Whether at your computer or in the palm of your hand, our mobile app lets you manage your account on the go. For over 120 years, Union State Bank has provided our customers and community with quality financial services. We're here for you and welcome you to bank with us. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
My doctor says I need an MRI. But where do I go? They're so expensive.
Sensible MRI costs a few hundred, not thousands. You could fill your fridge for a year with what you save. We can get you in the next day. Think of what you could do with the time you'd save. What do you have to lose? At Sensible MRI, you choose the time, you save the money. And you rest easy having your doctor refer you to Sensible MRI.
Let River City Grill be your new lunch destination. Whether it's corporate lunches, parties, or events, we have the space and food for all of your gathering needs, big or small. We offer an all-you-can-eat lunch buffet from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. with unlimited soup, salad, pizza, wings, and so much more. There's something for everybody. Stop by the bar and pair your delicious lunch with one of our many beers available on draft. River City Grill, Winona, Minnesota.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Dude, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea what a couple degrees will do to our gas bill?
Why is it so hot here?
Someone turned up the heat.
God. What do you think you're doing?
I like to sleep with my window open. You are not supposed to touch a thermostat.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Buy anything in the store at our Wesco price and get the second item half off. That's right, buy one, get the second for half price with free white glove delivery and setup this month only at Wesco in Sparta.
All right, tomorrow less wind, probably have less cloud cover out there, but still a few showers here and there. Overall, it'll be a better day. Won't be perfect yet for the early April, but we'll get closer to that as we go into Friday, which we should back in the 50s with more sun, mid-50s dry. Sunday looks wet, and then a lot of questions go on about what Monday looks like for the eclipse.
Okay, but good things to come.
Yes.
I like what I see. All right, well, thank you for joining us tonight at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.